On page 3, line 12, it says, such instruments have no place in civilized society. Do you realize there is no such thing as civilized society if you don't have these? Civilized society does not exist without these. Just because you take guns out of law-abiding citizens does not mean the bad guys no longer have guns. The only people then are the ones that have guns are the bad guys at that particular point. Line 8, page 4, they differentiate assault weapon from other firearms by allowing a shooter to better conceal weapons. Again, you're telling me that the term assault weapon is so stupid, I'm going to stop using it. It doesn't mean anything. I'm going to use AR. You're telling me that an AR can be concealed better than, name 100 handguns? You're telling me an AR can be concealed better? And this says that it is actually designed this way. This is talking about ARs. They are tactical, hyper-masculine. That one literally, I showed that to so many gun shops, and every single time I showed that, they cracked up laughing. That ARs are hyperly masculine. Maybe it chooses that? I don't know. Line 20. The military style and manner that overtly appeals. Now this is literally impugning, in a bill, it's impugning. That it appeals to the very people most likely to acquire such weapons as a means to gain infamy as a mass shooter. You're saying the hundreds of millions of ARs that have been sold were sold to people that want to gain infamy in mass shootings? That is the most impugning statement I've ever seen in a bill. It's wrong, and it should be strucken from the bill on that very reason. Now, there was also some information that said that the reason that we need to ban this stuff now is because our founding fathers had no idea of the advancement in weaponry that was going to come along. That's actually a true statement. They had no idea. But you know what they had at the time? They had assault weapons. They had cannons. Those are pretty brutal. But the assault weapons at the time were the most advanced weapons they had at the time. And they were shooting each other and killing each other. This was called the Revolution. The reason we are not British today is because we took up arms, the most advanced arms at the time, to defend ourselves against what? Not criminals, not people breaking in our house, but the government. And that's why the Second Amendment exists. Thomas Jefferson said, no free man shall ever be debarred the use of guns. He said that 1776. He said, what country can preserve its liberties if their rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? And then he said, next sentence, let them take arms. Democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what to have for lunch. Liberty is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. So George Mason, in 1788, he made this consistent for us. He said, I ask, who are the militia? They consist now of the whole people.